This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to Ivy Tech Community College March 2019 Disability Awareness Month. I am Cheryl Locke from the Kokomo service area, and my specialty is disability support services. Today I'd like to talk with you a little bit about some of the technologies that several of our students are happy to find out about. The application process basically is for use by any person. And so I think that you will enjoy finding out about this product. There's a history of voice recognition to speech recognition. According to some of the items I reviewed in preparing for today, there is a difference between voice recognition and speech recognition. Even though the two terms are used interchangeably, they actually have different meanings. Voice recognition was the how-to process for computers to recognize the speaking voice of the user. And speech recognition is a product that came out of the voice recognition development. They started working with voice recognition for computers back in the 1950s. The very first system known to recognize a single user's voice was Audrey in the Bell Laboratories. Audrey was only capable of recognizing numbers with that single individual's speaking voice. From the 1950s, developers continued their work, and today we are fortunate to have the results of their work, called speech recognition software. Speech recognition software and apps include Dragon Naturally Speaking, Siri, Cortana, Alexa, Google Assistant, and many, many more. Users use these products to help find places and items, search the internet, make calls, all without the need to type. So virtually they're hands-free products. At one point, disability support services at Ivy Tech Community College and other universities were only able to direct students who needed assistance to use Dragon products or similar products to Dragon. And now we have other options. In Windows environment for Windows 7 and higher, there is a program called Ease of Access. And one of the tools within the Ease of Access, we have speech recognition for Windows 7 users. Apple has its own product called Apple Dictation. In Word 2016, the speech recognition is a little easier to find, and it is an add-in called Dictate. In Google Docs, we have voice typing. Today, I'm focusing on Google Docs with voice typing features. First of all, it's only available with the documents or the slides programs. An individual must have a Google account, must use Google Chrome browser when accessing it, must be logged on to the Google account. The computer must have a working microphone, whether that is a headset, a table mic, or the microphones within your webcam or keyboard. Most of the people that I have reviewed say using a headset or a table mic is the best way of doing voice typing, but you can use your webcam microphone or your keyboard microphone. The nice thing about Google Docs voice typing is that it is available to use with over 100 languages and dialects. So here are some tips. Opening a new document. There are two ways. For people who are reliant upon keyboard-only input, they would type docs.new in the address bar. That is docs.new. For those who are used to using a mouse and the icons, you would choose the application grid, and from that, a doc, and then a blank document. There are two ways to activate the microphone as well. For keyboard-only users, you press Control, Shift, and an S key. For those using a mouse and the icons, select Tools and then the voice typing feature. Either one of these will provide you with a pop-up window with a microphone icon. And within that icon is also the Help Menus feature. More tips. Practice saying punctuation when you speak, because the program does not recognize the end of a thought and the beginning of a new one. When you are in an environment where others are possibly speaking as well, be aware that side conversations get inserted in when the microphone hears the others speaking. As a result, your typed text doesn't always make a lot of sense, and so proofreading is necessary. Extraneous noises like coughs or sneezes, phones ringing, vents shutting, etc., are interpreted by the computer's voice recognition as words. And what it comes up with some of these noises does not make sense in the context of your paper. Again, proofreading is necessary. Like Dragon Naturally Speaking, voice typing in Google Docs has voice commands that one should be aware of before you get started. Voice commands for punctuation would be period, exclamation mark, question mark, semicolon, colon, and many more. To navigate in the document or to control the microphone, Here are some others. New line, new paragraph, go to end of paragraph, go to end of column, go to end of line, etc. You can add things like row, table, or document to that go to end of feature. And what happens is the cursor will jump to wherever you're telling it to go. Controlling the mic. If you want it to stop listening, basically say, stop listening. When you want the microphone to reactivate, you would say resume. There are more voice commands than I can possibly add to just one slide. So I am going to direct you to the go-to how-to directions in one of the future slides. Okay, so when I first started using the program, I didn't know all of this information. It's helpful to be aware of it so that you can review before you actually start using the product. How-to tips, very, very good, clear-cut information is on the https://support.google.com. You can access this link through the question mark that is on the microphone speaker. I found a great resource called howtogeek.com, and they also have some clear-cut directions for using voice typing in Google Docs. And then there are the videos that people can review on YouTube. I just did a quick query search, and I've added that to this screen. And now, if you are still with me, I'm going to go into a demonstration. First, we're going to open up the Google Docs tab by typing in docs.new in the address bar and pressing enter. And then to turn on the mic, I am pressing Control-Shift with the S key. And the microphone is on at this point. Period. Stop listening. As you can see, the stop listening command turned the microphone off. Resume. And when that does not work, simply click on the icon. The microphone is back on. Period. The program will continue listening to what I say and type what I've said. Period. You may not be able to see clearly, but there are areas on this document that the program is saying the user needs to review, very similar to what happens in a Word document. Lines or phrases are underlined with a gray wavy line in this case. Period. The wavy lines under words or phrases indicates that there may be something wrong and the user needs to proofread to view the rules that are inserted behind the scenes in this program, period. The document will continue as long as you have the microphone on. I've chosen at this point to stop the mic because I don't want it picking up all of my rambling. But I want to show you some of the uses of some of the other commands. New paragraph. Notice that the microphone heard that command and moved the cursor to the next area where a paragraph would begin. Period. New line is like typing an enter key. Enter key. Period. I did use the keyboard's backspace to clear the word turkey in that instance. It pays to pay attention to what is being typed on the paper. As you are speaking, period. By now, you should have a clear idea of what this program will do. Now let's talk a little bit about who would use this program. Students who have disabilities in the following categories might find the typing with voice feature helpful to them to get papers written quicker than if they had to type them. People with arthritis, lupus that is flaring, people who have tremors, students who have problems putting down their thoughts on paper through the hands, students who have English as a second language might find voice typing helpful because, as I mentioned earlier, this feature is accessible in many, many languages. To find those languages, I'm going to click on the area where it says English US right above the microphone icon. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit so you'll get a feel for everything. Sorry about that. As you can see, there's a lot of English in different dialects. We have Espanol in several dialects. Some of these languages, I have no clue how to say what they are, but you can see that there is quite a few offerings. This may be very, very helpful to some of our students who are struggling to get their thoughts down that make sense and flow in essays, for instance. And then if they can type in their own language, this might be helpful to them And then they would need to find a program that would convert their information back to English. If you should happen to have questions, you are welcome to contact me at clock@ivtech.edu. I would be happy to answer any questions you might have. I hope you've enjoyed today's presentation and have a great afternoon.